We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from... And, Coach, we find ourselves due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Washington Redskins. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 53 is the mark. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. We're going to 54.
Prescott on first down. A fight for the football when it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Haskins to throw on second down. Got some real estate inside the 30. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
That's what I do.
On first down, this is Geis. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Check. 51 to Mike, boy. 51.
2nd down, Haskins. Complete. Richardson has it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, Geis. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Watch 36.
On 3rd and goal, Haskins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
First down, 49ers.
Mike, here we go. Right there in the middle. 55. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right there. 56. Check right.
From the 24, Prescott. And his throw is incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. 3rd down here. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. He finds Coleman. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Number 53. Mike, 53. Heavy on the edges. 53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 31. On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the Redskins' 27-yard line.
There you go. Go right in. Going to 53.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It's Ryan Kerrigan getting the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. It'll be a gain of 8, but it also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves, maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 31, Haskins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down.
But nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
57. Mike, 57.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Jordan Reed has it. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That one good for 20. Yards.
And the Washington Redskins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down. Off to Geis on the screen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Geis. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13.
You got it. You got it.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 28.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Hey, hold on. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I don't think you got it.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13.
Watch the slant. And we go 30 steps.
On second down, here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 16.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then curls back inside for the completion.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, second and goal. Haskins will throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Marquise Lee, his first touchdown of the new season as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
They'll run with Coleman on first down. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Let's go, Ty. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line. Let's check it, crap.
Prescott now from the 50. He's going to launch this thing. He's got it at the 15. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on third and long?
47. Mike, 55. We're going to 52. Alert 3. 26.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. D Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Another try after the first down sack. Haskins taken in by Sprinkle, a little pitch and catch. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On 3rd down, Haskins. He's got his running back, Darius Geis. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Geis. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Now Haskins to throw it. Looking long for his tight end. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
And he's looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On the draw, they go to Geis. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Haskins out of the gun. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. From the gun, Haskins on third down. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Now Haskins, and that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Looking to throw, Haskins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Haskins. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Third down, here's Geis. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Darius Geis, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the run.
To throw is Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off. We're going to 54. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were up double digits at halftime, and they've just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed, right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. Here's Haskins to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Go. Here we go. 37's the Mike. Mike 37. Man, I got you.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd and 7, Prescott. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. Gold with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And he finds the tight end, Reed. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
This is taken at the 18. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing safe.
Back to it after the pick 6. Prescott is going to float this over the middle deep, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And it's caught by Parker.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
A big play there for the Niners. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it'll be 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown.
George Kittle, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers get a score closer. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken short. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And thee coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. From the gun, it's Haskins. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
They'll run with Geis, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's our field. It's our field.
3rd down. Here's Haskins. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
That one goes for 24 yards. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 1st down, Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they keep handing it to him.
He'll let this go for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
The Niners on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
We go 46. 56.
Prescott from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
This is Geis, and he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they take possession of the football and have it at 36-yard line. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Haskins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
These guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
At the 23-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Line in. 56 to Mike. 56.
On 2nd and 9. Prescott is going to fire. He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Prescott looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Here we go again. Here we go again. Mike, 55.
Prescott to throw on 4th. Goodwin able to haul it in. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Prescott yet again. Completes it to Coleman. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Get ready. Get ready. 26.
To the air again, Prescott. And he's got it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Redskins take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal? End the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now Haskins on first down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Redskin first down. The pickup 15 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Geis. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Squeeze, double.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Geis. And some space here. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a run with Geis. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, it's Geis. Pretty move. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now it's Haskins. And it's caught. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They begin the drive with Coleman. A gain of 3, second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
From the 27, Prescott. And this is Parker, complete. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Right there, 56. Tackle.
Prescott looks to throw on first. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 27 yards there, a first down. And again, it's Prescott. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Monte Nicholson picks it. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.